everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you may be aware, I've been trying to renovate every lot in The Sims 3 Sunset Valley, and I think I'm about a quarter of the way through, maybe a third, because there's actually 94 lots in Sunset Valley. And after doing so many houses, the challenge is starting to wear off a little bit. And I thought, well, The Sims 3 is still the only Sims game with a color wheel. So I thought, you know what? One of my first ever YouTube videos was doing the black and white build challenge in The Sims 4. Don't watch that video, I didn't know anything about editing yet. And I thought, can we do this with the color wheel? And it turns out you can. It can just turn out really ugly. So instead of wasting any more time, why don't I just show you what I mean? Let's change the screen into grayscale and jump into The Sims 3. See you there. So here we are at the Myrtle Bungalow, and I've chosen this house for a couple reasons. If you look around, you can definitely tell that it's in an interesting part of the neighborhood. It's actually next to Claire Ursine's house, which I've dubbed the Ugly Easter Mansion. So at least if we end up with some weird colors, it's not gonna look out of place. And if you look around, the garden is nice, the roofing is pretty good. Like, I'm gonna change a few things, but the shell for the most part is pretty solid. And so is the floor plan. It's just that the colors are a little bit of a mess. If we go inside, we see we have like the most baby poo of all bathrooms, and it bleeds into this like weird green kitchen with this weird wallpaper. So I thought even in black and white, I can do a better job. But the one color I really like in this house is the bedroom wall. So at least I can remember that I like one color in this build. In fact, I don't mind the living room color either. I just don't think it goes with the rest of the house. And I just kind of want to go over the color wheel one more time before we start. So I'm gonna have a little bit of an easier time with this challenge than some people, because I actually know kind of where-ish some of the colors are on the color wheel. So I know red is to the right. I know that if I want my kind of red, I have to go down a little bit, you know, things like that. And we'll still be able to see all of the textures. We just won't be able to see any color. And in fact, sometimes I'll use the hexadecimal code to my advantage because I kind of know the hex codes for a few of my go-to neutrals. So hopefully it doesn't turn as ugly as we think. I'm actually gonna move myself to this side of the screen for this video just so that way we can see the create a style thing, even though it's gonna be in black and white. Okay, let's get ourselves set up to turn off the color. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that this is going to be a lot harder than I expected. So why don't we just get some of the things that don't have to deal with color out of the way? Like the roof, we have to fix the roof a little bit. Okay, so I don't really like the one little part over here that's sticking out. In fact, I might just eliminate this little bump out here. EA didn't really bother to put any windows on it anyway. And I don't think it's that important. We can just replace this part with a fence. Oh, while I have you in an actual build video, let me just show you this. So although this is the same fence that EA used, you can't actually select it with the eyedropper tool. So a lot of the fences are actually from like a slightly different part of the game, I think. Sometime during development or something. So some things I like to do with every EA build is even if I'm keeping the same fence that they used, I like to replace it with the matching one. Just so that way everything's all the same, right? And I guess for this part here, I'm just gonna close it off. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Now just fixing up the wallpaper here, I'm thinking like, do I want to change the color of the house or do I not want to change the color of the house? And in fact, I do. And I thought, you know what? Why not just use that blue that I liked in the inside? So we know this grayscale wall is actually gonna be a nice, beautiful blue. So what I like to do is jump into create a style and just go to the hex code. So even if you don't know what any of this means, you can just copy the hex code here. And then if we select one of the tiles on the outside, I'm just going to pick one on the side here. I'm just going to paste the hex code into this one, and then it's going to change it. So see how they all change to a slightly different gray? That means that they're all going to be blue now. And then if you just want to copy colors and swatches, I just grab this part here and I just kind of drag everything over, but they have to be the same item, right? So like in terms of like this wallpaper, it'll only do the middle ones because the edges actually have the posts on them. So they're technically a different wall swatch, right? So anyway, it just takes a little bit of time, but if you're really careful with it, you can get all the pieces. Okay, well that pretty much does it for the outside of the house, I think. I'm not, like I might add a couple windows when I'm doing the inside, but for the outside, I think it's pretty balanced and fine. Actually, why don't we change the columns a little bit? So I want to have the columns maybe a little bit more of a white. So for bright whites, I like to use the hex code, just like all E's. I just type a straight row of E's and then it turns into like a nice bright white. And if I want a black, I tend to do all 3s and then it changes it into a nice dark black. But this looks a little bit too dark. So the way that I do this is that as you increase the numbers, it'll make it more and more white. So doing all 9s is kind of like a nice gray. See, gray might be nice. Okay, let's just copy that one. I don't want to get too crazy with the outside, like I said. Ooh, but I do want to change the door. Maybe I want a pink door. Let's just go into the color wheel really quick. So I know pink is kind of like down here-ish, and I know this is black and this is pink. So let's just kind of like darken it a little bit. And I'm just going to copy it to all 4 swatches on the door here. Oh no, it looks too dark. Okay, let's just like brighten it up a little bit. Oh God, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. But maybe I do. We'll just have to wait and see, right? Okay, let's go on the inside and get started. So I don't really remember the color of much of the furniture or anything, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it. I don't love these chairs. I don't love this couch. So I think I'm just gonna like pick them up and delete them. I think I know what most of the base swatches look like better than what's in this house. So at least I'll have something to go off of. Oh, I don't like this lamp either. Okay, well at least they picked a nice bookcase for once. That's kind of weird for EA, isn't it? Okay, so for this room, I don't want it in a deep red. I'm gonna change it to something else. I liked the red that they used. I just don't remember liking it with the rest of the house. So why don't we just start with like a nice like white or gray wall? Again, sometimes grays are pretty good. Let's just go with 9s again. Let's just keep like all of our grays the same. So at least if we screw it up, we screw it up everywhere and then it's more fun. I'm just gonna copy this over to the rest of the walls. I'm just gonna make like all the walls gray and then we can add color later if we want to. Or take away color, because as we remember, this bathroom and this kitchen are green. Oh God, and the kitchen has a bathroom sink too. I bet that's green as well. Let's just delete that. I don't know. Let's just start with the kitchen. I'm pretty good with kitchens and this one's not too big, so it should be pretty simple. I'm actually gonna delete everything in the kitchen because I don't like any of the things that they chose. Okay, let's just start with the counters. I'm just gonna start with a basic contemporary counter and we're just gonna kind of do some like basic swatches. Now for the counters, I kind of want to do like a nice light cedar wood and I don't remember exactly which swatch that is, so I'm just gonna guess. So I picked this one out of the swatch. I think it's like a nice pale one. And for the top, like, I don't know, let's just go to like rock and stone. Let's just pick one of these and hope we get a nice countertop because again, I'm not really sure how to differentiate. I'm better with the color wheel than with just like picking them, but you know what? I think just picking some of the default swatches might be a better idea, especially for a kitchen. Like for a couch, I can have a weird color, but not a countertop. But who knows? Maybe EA picked a weird one, right? Okay, let's just pick a fridge. Actually, let's pick all the appliances. Let's just pick this like nice contemporary metal fridge. Again, like it looks nice in black and white, so it might look nice in color. We don't know if that's gonna happen yet. I'm just gonna kind of round this off and we're gonna separate it with a half wall. And honestly, when I pick stoves, I don't usually pick a stove. I just pick the fridge first and then I pick the stove that goes best with the fridge. And this one seems like it looks like it goes with it. Another thing I'd like to do is kind of figure out a backsplash. Now, instead of going into the tiles here, I don't really like these too much. So I'm just gonna go into paint and I'm gonna pick like a blank wall. And even though it's a blank wall, we can add tiles with create a style. So if I go under here and if I go under the tile section, tiles and mosaic, then we get this whole bunch of tiles here. Now here's the thing though, the colors in these are very weird. So we don't know what we're about to get. So I'm gonna pick this backsplash, which again looks really nice in black and white. But as we can see here, it's gonna be like an orangey red, I think. So I don't know how I feel about that. And when you pick one of these colors, it kind of moves all of the colors around too. So let's do one at a time. Okay, so I really liked this blue again. So I'm gonna copy the hex code again and we're gonna paste it into one of these tiles. In fact, let's just paste it as the main one and see what happens. So as we can see, one of the swatches is already over here on the red too. So I'm gonna move it into maybe more of like a navy blue. I think I'm doing navy blue. I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's no real way to kind of decipher if I'm doing it well or not. So let's just move forward. In a way, this is kind of easier because I feel like such low pressure. Like, oh, well, if I pick something ugly, I guess we'll have to deal with it. And in fact, the way YouTube works, if I make it really ugly, I might actually do better in views, which is tragic, right? Okay, let's just pick some flooring. Now I'm gonna use my favorite floor in The Sims 3 and in fact, The Sims 1, 2, and 4 as well. And we're just gonna change the colors. Now again, since I already kind of committed to these colors here, why don't I just transfer them over? We'll make the tiles match the backsplash for better or for worse, right? Okay, so I'll change the diamonds to that, and I guess I'll change the outside colors to the rest of them. Okay, so moving into the bathroom, I don't want tiles on all 4 walls, and in fact, I may dress up this bathroom a little bit. We're lucky, it's a 4x3, which is pretty big for a house this size, so maybe I'll just add a door to the ensuite too. That way it's like an ensuite bathroom and a house bathroom, right? Or maybe it'll get in the way of the platform I'm gonna make in a minute, who knows, right? Okay, let's just like think for a second. I've got this questionable floor tile and backsplash with this probably normal counter, so let's just see what we can do here. In fact, let's just keep the dining set there. I don't really know what the dining set colors are, and in fact, we may as well just roll the dice with it, I think. Actually, what this kitchen needs is a dishwasher. Let me just add a dishwasher quick. Okay, ugly EA base game defaults to the rescue. Oh my god, opening up the couches, I just realized I forget which one is which. Like, I know this one's white, but it's from an expansion pack, so I don't really want to use it. Okay, I think this is in like a weird orange. In fact, orange may not be the worst idea because it might balance well with the blues. But I don't know if this orange will. I don't know. Okay, let's just make ourselves a little area. I don't think this house had a TV. Let's give them like a little bit of a TV and like an entertainment center. If I picked ugly colors, at least I can save it with some plants and decoration. Okay, and looking at this, we definitely need a rug. So I'm just gonna pick my favorite sized rug. And in fact, I'm just gonna use the randomize button and get something. This is so dangerous because the randomize button will definitely give you something weird. You know what? This one looks pretty good. It's kind of dark, so it could be like a really dark color, which might work out because it might look black from far away. I don't know how I feel about a black rug though. Okay, let's just get like a couple end tables, then we'll move on. I like coffee tables, just not always in The Sims. Sometimes you don't really have enough room for it, but you know what? Let's just squeeze it in anyway. Okay, I'll just use this base swatch of the end tables here. We'll stick them around. Should I do like a 3-wide couch? Maybe I should. Let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, maybe I will move the bookshelf, because if I do like the 2-seater over here, but then again, it looks a little bit too Simsy style. Like she always does this with like the coffee table in the middle and like the single, double, and triple of the same sofa. But in fact, she probably does it because it's what most people would normally do when you buy the whole set. So you know what? Let's just keep it. Okay, let's just go into the bedroom. I liked the bedroom, so we don't have to change too much of it. I'm gonna keep the same wall and everything. I just want to change the bedding. So I kind of just use like the randomizer button on a few fabrics to pick a comforter. I think it's gonna be like in like almost like a little bit of a pink swatch. I'm not sure though. We'll have to see. The lamps, I have no idea what they're gonna be, and I added a little bit of a computer area in the back here. I just figured like since I'm bringing Sunset Valley into the 21st century, I may as well have some 20th century technology. Oh god, I meant 21st century. I'm so old I even mixed that up. And yeah, going into the bathroom here, just like arranging the sink into like a nicer balanced way. I put a little trash can in the corner, but I didn't really add the platform or anything. I thought, you know what, that might be a little bit overkill. In fact, speaking of overkill, I almost stuck like the Sims 3 store tractor here. A tractor in a garden this size, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, as I back away, I added a couple more plants. I stuck a couple pieces of art on the walls to maybe try and balance it out. But you know what, without knowing these colors, we're never gonna know what it's gonna look like. So I guess that's about it. Let's just jump into the build in color and let's see what we get. I'm scared. Okay, I turned it back in color and I'm shielding my eyes from what we have so far, so that way it's a surprise for me as well, okay? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh no! Oh dear, it's a little bit more blue than I thought, but you know what? Let's just zoom out for a second. You know what? From far away, it's not too bad, and in fact, I should change the roof. I forgot to do that. And now that I'm looking at all the roof swatches, I don't think any of the roof swatches are better than the one we had, so let's just go back. But yeah, looking around, everything turned out okay, I guess. I really like the blue color. I think I went a little bit too pink on the door though. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like that color, but maybe not as a door with this house. Going around back, everything's pretty nice and normal, and oh my goodness, I'm seeing little hints of the color inside. So I don't know, without further ado, let's just go with a bird's eye view and let's just like jump in. Let's just do it like ripping off a band-aid. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Let's look around here. So actually the wood floor and the couches look really good together, and the couches go kind of well with the blues I was thinking of, but this door, my goodness, it does not go with this wall at all. I thought I did gray walls. This almost looks like a little bit more purple. Maybe I nudged the color wheel by accident a little bit. Oh my god, look at this tile. See, the thing with this tile is that I really like the color of the middle part here, but not the outside ones here. It's a little bit too like basic blue, like denim, right? Okay, oh my god, no, I did green and blue tile by accident. Oh no, let's zoom in. It's a little bit purple too. Yeah, the tragic thing about this is that I actually like both of these colors. I just don't like them checkered together. But fortunately, I did pick the right counters. This is exactly the counter I was going for. This was exactly the countertop. So everything looks pretty good except for the weird blues. This blue does not go with the other blues, my goodness. I'm glad I didn't use it for the bathroom wall. Let's go inside the bathroom. Oh no, I forgot to change the bathroom stuff. I forgot all the bathroom stuff was green too, not just the walls and floors, because when it was in grayscale, it looked white. So I thought, okay, white sink, white toilet, white shower, we're good, but no, it's green. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Okay, let's go into this pleasant surprise bedroom. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love the original wall color, but I think it looks really good with this spiceberry carpet. Ew, the lamps are green. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. And yeah, like the nice default woods of the desk and everything, like it kind of ties it all in. It's a little bit of a rainbow mess, and in fact, I would change the lamps, but I literally randomized almost every color in here. So the fact that it looks like this, I'm pretty impressed. But oh no, just like zooming into this, it's just like my worst nightmare. If you're a new viewer, you might not get it, but if you're a longtime viewer, you'll know how I feel about green toilets. Well, that does it for this one. What did you guys think? Did you enjoy this challenge? I actually had a more fun time doing it than I thought. Some of the hardest parts about using the color wheel is trying to pick your own colors. So like when you don't really know what the color is, it kind of takes the pressure off a bit. But then sometimes it turns out like this. And in fact, I might keep it just the way it is. I know what the 10-minute build challenge is. I like to kind of fix it up after. But this, although it's a little bit bold, brass, and a little bit untasteful, it really reminds me of me, and it really reminds me of Sunset Valley. Like Sunset Valley has a lot of these weird color ugly houses floating around, and I'd rather it be my form of ugly color than EA's. But yeah, let me know like if you enjoy challenges like this, and if you want me to integrate more build challenges into renovating Sunset Valley. Like I said, it's getting a little bit monotonous just kind of like renovating over and over again. So adding a challenge can sometimes spice it up a little bit. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for some more Sims content. But yeah, I just realized that I forgot Dethany at home, and I think she needs me, so I guess I'll see you in the next one. Boom.